Hello everyone and welcome back to Lady Fire's Kitchen. And where are we headed today? We are headed to New Orleans. And what are we going to cook from that place? We are going to cook delicious crawfish etouffee. Don't let that word scare you. Actually, that means smother in. And you can use any kind of protein that you would like instead of the crawfish if you want to substitute. You can use sausage, chicken, shrimp, whatever you can find. If you want, you can also go to your fish market and you can ask for the crawfish there because sometimes it's hard to find it on your supermarket. We are going to make actually the Creole style of etouffee. And the reason why we're doing that is because homie don't like that much pepper. And the other kind, it is a little peppery. This one has a lot of more flavors like the thyme and everything on it. That's what I like, Creole. So without further ado, let's do this. So the first thing that we're going to do for this recipe is we're going to make a roux, and it's a blonde roux. The reason why it's blonde, well, you guessed it, is because it's a light color roux. How are we going to do it? We're going to do it on medium-low. I actually put it on low, but I'm going to heighten it a little bit. Do not do it on super high because you're going to burn it and it's not going to be any good, okay? So there goes our butter, which is a whole 8 ounces of butter and half a cup of flour. Put it in there, and once you're in here, you cannot leave. You are going to be a prisoner of this roux because, there we go, I'm doing a mess already. Because it can make little lumps. It can burn the flour, and we don't want to burn it more than we have to. And this is all going to turn into a beautiful kind of peanut butter looking roux. So we're just going to keep on working on this until I will show you where is our stopping point. But if for anything that you do, do not stop. If the children are crying, they're going to have to cry because you cannot leave this until it's ready to go. Okay, so I switched from the spatula because I wanted to make or destroy that butter, and now I am going to be doing this for quite some time. So you keep on doing this until it gets that blondie color, that peanut color that we're looking for. See guys, we have that kind of peanut butter looking color that we were looking for, or coffee latte or something like that. I have not stopped whisking guys, and I have had this on low. I'd rather have patience and not put it on a higher temperature because I don't want to have to redo this and I don't want to have to burn it. So, and it gives me time to move it around and keep my eye on it. So I'm going to go just a tad bit deeper in color, and then we'll be ready to use our Trinity. All right, guys, so this is it. I'm not going to go any further than that. It looks like coffee, like maybe peanut butter, coffee looking when you add some latte to it or milk. So now, so this will stop cooking. I'm going to quickly add 1 whole onion, and I mean 1 whole onion. This will bring the temperature down because this is cold. And this is part of the Trinity. And the Trinity in New Orleans, or New Orleans, how do you say it? It is actually onions, celery, and peppers. I am going to use 2 kinds of pepper this time. And the reason for that is because I do not like green peppers that much. I love red peppers. It's supposed to be done with, so see, it looks blondie. We're going to cook this for a few seconds. I'm going to bring up the temperature to medium. And that's what they love using. So that's what they use a lot. And that's what they call their Trinity, would be the onions, celery, which I'm going to add right now. The onions, I said it was a whole big onion, whatever color you want, except the red one. And I used 3 stalks of celery. And after that, we're going to add, I did half of a green pepper and half of a red pepper. They'll probably lynch me for using the red pepper. And we're gonna cook this for a couple of minutes. All right, guys, so I'm ready to add another ingredient in, and I am going to put 1 can of red or roasted tomatoes. Or is it red? Although you can find fried green tomato. And after that, let me mix it first before I add something in. I would like to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, 2 teaspoons only, just a little bit. Mix that in. I mean, this thing is going to have some flavors. And right after that, of course, I'm going to make my little hole there so I can cook it a little bit. My onions. Let me get them here. Cloves of garlic. It's not necessary if you don't want it. However, I find it a necessity for everything. And to this, we're going to add a few drops of Tabasco sauce, as little or as much as you like, okay? So, mix that in. So I am going to add 2 cups of seafood stock. If you find shrimp stock, you got lucky. So I'm just going to put 2. And if you have paid attention, you have noticed that I have not added any salt. I am going to adjust at the end. If it needs any, I will add. And if you need more liquid, I always have extra stock standing by. And if you need to thicken it, there's an easy way to thicken it. You can also get a little bit of cornstarch, maybe a teaspoon of cornstarch and 2 teaspoons of water, mix them up and add it in slowly so you can thicken it up a little bit. That would be another way to thicken your sauce. All right, guys, I'm going to add quite a bit of, these are they're not shallots, but these are green onions. So probably like 4. I try to use most of the bottoms. You can actually cook it with the onion if you would like. They cook quite fast, so it has like a texture of a gumbo sort of. And at this, I am also going to add, since I'm right here, 2 laurel leaves. Maybe add a little bit of cayenne pepper. This is like an 1/8, just a little bit. If I need to add more, I'll add it at the end. And it's supposed to cook now for about 45 minutes. 2 teaspoons of tomato paste in. This one is convenient, it has 2 on its thing. Okay, while it's doing this, I'm gonna add 1/8 of red pepper flakes. Let's add a little flavor. So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of real seasoning. I already tasted, and now I can build on that flavor that I already have. Perhaps I can do it this way. Perfect. Mix it first. As you can see, it has just the right consistency. I have not added this yet, so I'm going to add it a little batch at the time, just to make sure that I don't overwhelm this. But you know, I don't want to go to a restaurant, for example, and then they tell you they have crawfish and you can't find it, or they tell you it's a clam chowder and where the heck is it, and all you eat is potatoes. I want to make sure that I find crawfish on mine. Okay, so I'm just gonna add at least half to see. These are already cooked. I found them in a fish market or fish marketplace, and they're already cooked. They're in a bag. There's 1 pound per bag. So I'm just gonna add, not the juice, just the shrimp, a little bit at a time. Just wanted to let you know, after I added the 2 teaspoons of Creole seasoning, we tasted for flavor, and we actually did not need any salt. So I'm like, okay, perfect. I am not going to add any salt if I don't need to. It is spicy enough. I did add a few more drops of Tabasco sauce to it. If you want it a little bit more heat, by all means go ahead. I think that with 1 pound may be sufficient, but I am going to add half more. And if it gets too thick, then I just have my seafood stock available to thin it out. Oh wow. All right, so I added everything, all of the crawfish in. This is crawfish, but you can certainly make it with shrimp, chicken, like I said at the beginning, whatever protein that you prefer. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Let me crank it up a little bit so that we can heat it all together, or put it all together. And here you are, guys, crawfish etouffee. And actually, I have a little rice. Of course, it's eaten with rice, and I put it right in the center, and I just decorated a little bit with scallions. And I'm ready to dig in. I'm already have my spoon ready to go. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy this recipe as much as I enjoy making it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you to all my friends that I have subscribed, my subscribers. Thank you. Give me thumbs up if you like the recipe, and subscribe if you also like the content. Thank you so very much. You stay blessed. I will see you next Saturday with another delicious recipe. Don't miss it, and I'll see you then. Stay blessed. Enjoy.